What's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Greenleaf Season 2, Episode 15. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, so the show opens with the bishop. He's practicing dancing. He's going to also escort Sophia at the cotillion. It's all cute and fun. Anyway, once she goes off to school, May tells them that Maricel's husband is in the hospital with meningitis, and Maricel's not going to be able to go out of town with Charity. And so now that Maricel can't go with Charity, then Charity cannot go. Grace and Bishop says, no, she doesn't need to do that. Okay, we can pick up the pieces and we can, all chip in and help her out so that she's able to make this tour. And May is still not wanting it to happen. And Bishop was like, listen, we just trying to make sure that our daughter is happy, just like you've been able to take all liberties at being happy with your entire life. So, May is pissed at that. She ain't feeling it, okay? Grace had even mentioned that Carlton could probably come and help out at the church. Of course, May don't want that. We can't have the gays in the church. May says, you know what, since you want to be so fucking smart, maybe I'll take my ass on down to the hospital and see exactly what's going on. But after she goes down to the hospital, she realizes that the husband is in bad shape and that Maricel is not going to be able to go. So she goes back and tells Charity that she can't go because Maricel can't go. I'm thinking to myself, like, Charity is a fucking grown-ass woman. What the hell you mean tell me that she can't go? Excuse me? I will pack me and this baby up. I don't give a fuck and get on about my business. Now, in the meantime, Rochelle the vamp, she comes to visit the bishop. And he's so happy to see his Rochelle. So what do I owe this visit? And she gives him this huge donation check. And he was just like, you giving me this check? What's wrong? Oh, Bishop, you're the only person that can really see the real me. You can tell something is wrong just by looking at me. He was like, I could tell something is wrong. Lay it on the bishop. So she tells him that she went and had her cancer screening and they told her that she needed to come in for a visit and she's afraid that the cancer might be back. And he says, well, that doesn't mean that you have cancer. And she's like, well, because they usually just tell me over the phone, but they want me to come in. I'm concerned. So he says, well, I'll go with you down there. How's that? She was just like, that's my bishop. So when he leaves, he tells the secretary that he's running with Rochelle. He will be back in a few hours. They get to the hospital and she's in the waiting room. And again, she's just thanking the bishop for being there for her. She grabs his hand. Okay, she couldn't do this without him. Real close in the shoulder and everything. I said, back up, bitch. Anyway, they call her in. And of course, surprise, surprise, when she comes back out from her appointment, she is all in the clear. Bishop was like, oh, well, what did they want you to come down for? And she was just like, oh, a few things that they wanted me to, just kind of keep an eye on, but nothing serious. Okay, so she thanks him for coming down with her and, that she needed him today and he was there for her. And let's celebrate now, okay, after she gives him this big old close hug and not the church pat hug, okay, full body, full up against him. Then she was just like, let's go have drinks or maybe go have dinner. And he was just like, not really sure about that. She was just like, oh, what am I thinking? Okay, you have a sermon that you need to write for Sunday. And he was just like, yeah, I got a sermon. He didn't need that kind of problems in his life. Rochelle is about to turn it up on old Bishop and he can see it. He can feel it coming. Now, once May gets back from the church from visiting Maricel and her husband, she tells Grace that Maricel's husband is undocumented. So they have got to get him documented because if she loses Maricel, she don't know what she will do. She ain't really concerned with him getting his damn documentation. She just knows she can't lose Maricel. So Grace says she sees what she will do. When May goes to tell Bishop about what happened at the hospital, Bishop ain't there. She asks the secretary, where is he? And she says, oh, Bishop went somewhere with Rochelle. Honey, that May had that eyebrow. That shit was shot all the way up here. Now, once Charity has been told that she can't go, she calls Jabbar and she's telling him that she can't go on the tour for 2 weeks. Okay, can he just hire somebody else in her place? And he was just like, oh, that is a whole lot. Like, no, well, how about we just don't do this? Okay, there'll be other tours. And she was just like, no, it's just going to be 2 weeks. And he was just like, I'm not really doing all of that. Okay, it's entirely too much trouble, too much hassle. We can find somebody else to sing the song and you could just try the next time go around. And she was like, no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go. I'm going to fix everything. I'm gonna go. And he said, you gonna go? And she said, I'm gonna go. I was like, girl, you better go. What all this going on with your damn mama running your life? That's why they treat you the way they treat you now. Now, Jacob is at the church at Triumph. And remember, Skip is the one that Jacob had to rough up at the damn Skanks when they was all gambling. Remember, Skip was the one that was going to try to supposedly get Mac the job with the city. Okay. Skip is down there, and Skip telling him that he going to run for mayor. Skanks had already promised to be like his religious representation in the media. All right. And now that Skanks is gone, you know, he want to know if Jacob is going to do it. Or if, you know, he can count on Triumph at least to be like his home of refuge as far as the media is concerned. And everybody know that, you know, he goes there and he worships there and, you know, he's a man of God and whatnots. Jacob ain't really too sure about it, but then Skip also lets him know that, listen, once he becomes mayor, you know, it's a whole bunch of government money out there that you can get to, you know, trying to get development plans and different programs going. Could tap some of that into your church if you support me. So he done put a little bit on Jacob's head to think about. Back at Jacob's house, we see Zora. She's examining her bruises. Okay, her mama wants to come in, but the door is locked. So she got to hurry up and put her clothes on, rush to the door. And her mom was like, what's the door locked for? And she was just like, oh, I was doing something. And she was just like, is everything okay? And she was just like, yeah, everything is all right. And she says, well, your teacher called and they said that you're not participating. Zora was like, no, it ain't nothing. You know, I'm just not participating as much. You know, I'm not talking as much. You know, you guys used to complain I talk too much. Now that I don't talk as much, now it's a problem. Everything is fine. But Carissa don't think that everything is fine. Later on, she tells Jacob how, you know, Zora's been acting strangely and the teacher called and this, that, and the other. She had the door locked and he was just like, well, maybe she was in there smoking weed or something. Okay. And she was just like, no, I didn't smell no weed. It ain't weed. It's something else. So she can't take it no more. She got to go back in the room and she checking around and she looking through drawers and looking through boxes. I was like, you know what happened when you look for something? Baby, you gonna always find it. And sure enough, baby, that Zora got the condoms in her room underneath her pillow. So Zora comes in there and, you know, she's holding it up like, where did you get this from? And Zora was just like, well, you know, I've been fucking them. You know her mom is upset. I know you think that I'm a drag and I'm not lit and I'm not popping, but making your dad wait until we're married to have sex, okay, I'm sure I gained his respect. And Zora was like, oh, really? And child, why she say that? Honey, she got the fire slapped out of her. I said, uh-oh, Carissa. And then she was just like, listen, baby, I know you want to do these things and we growing up and everything. However, you need to know that you are worth way more than this, and just sleeping with any old body is never going to be good. So I don't want you to be messing with that boy. That nigga can't never come over here no more. Zora says, are you going to tell daddy? And Carissa says, you know what, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was like, girl, don't tell Jacob. He got too much on his thick neck and shoulders already. Now let's jump over to Grace and Darius, child. They just is carrying on. I said, oh, look at the old fucking pastor. She leaving his house, you know, post-coital. She's got to go pick up with Sophia. He says, are we still on for dinner? She says, yeah, but I was thinking maybe we need to go out for dinner. And he was just like, oh, I thought we was going to try to normalize this relationship, you know, bring me around your family more. And she was just like, yeah, I know, but something is going on with my parents. I'm not really sure what the problem is. Well, the problem is Rochelle the vamp. Once May catches up with Bishop that evening, she tells him, oh, so I heard that you went somewhere with Rochelle. And he was just like, yeah, I went with her to the doctor to, you know, find out about her cancer screening. I was surprised that May didn't throw it in his face that the bitch ain't got cancer. But I guess she gonna hold on to that one. You know how we as women, sometimes we got to hold shit in. Baby, we give you enough rope to hang yourself and then we throw that shit back out at you when it best serves us. That's how May is operating. He was just like, oh, so since you're so suspicious, did the secretary also tell you that she gave a huge donation? May says, yes, she did tell me. Okay, because I just want to make sure that you got all of the details since you so damn concerned. Now, jumping over to Jacob, you know, he's at the church and he got all these initiatives and these outreach programs that he wants to do for the church, and the treasurer, old stick in the mud, is always telling them about what they can't do, what they shouldn't do, what they won't do. But you the treasurer and I'm the pastor. But of course what she's saying is making some sense. If he wants to get these buses, then they're going to have insurance for the drivers, for those that are on the bus. You know, it's not cost effective. And she was like, don't get mad at me. It's not me. It's the money. He was just like, yeah, but the money ain't got nothing on my God. And God is going to make a way out of no way. I will sing the song for y'all, but I ain't got time. Now, Charity goes and tells the bishop, look, Kevin ain't going back, and I know how mama feel about all of this, but I'm sorry, I got to go. Okay, and Bishop was like, you know what, baby girl, you go on and do what you got to do. Don't you worry about us. We going to make sure everything is okay here. So Bishop goes and tells May. Charity's going on a tour with her baby, and that's it. Don't want to hear nothing else about it. Okay, case closed. Now, this dinner. Okay, Darius comes over to the house, and after he and Sophia exchange their little gifts and whatnots, okay, they go out to out to the veranda to have dinner with May and Bishop. And, they're just talking, May, old snooty patootie. She asked him what church was his family from, and he says First Presbyterian. She was just like, oh. Like that might be some little, small congregation of 250 members or some shit. She can't be bothered. He tells them that his parents died. His dad died and then his mom died like a couple of days after. And, Sophia was like, that's amazing. And Bishop was like, isn't it? Can you imagine loving someone and being so connected to them for so long that, you die when they die? He was like, I can't imagine the feeling. It's crazy. I couldn't believe he said that with Mason right there. And, everybody's looking around like, that May was hot. So, when it was over and Darius was leaving, he was just like, I had a good time with your parents, but you're right. There is a problem there. Something is definitely going on. And she was like, yeah, I know. And it's going to get worse before it gets any better. Jacob, he's got this breakfast meeting that he's going to meet with this man, Skip, and, I guess people in the community. And Skip is just trying to tell him what to say at this breakfast. Just lay off the gay stuff. Just stick to your regular traditional church stuff. They don't need to hear about all that gay stuff. They ain't going to give you the money if they hear it, okay? So just stay on the straight and narrow. Get this money, then you can say what you want to say. I said, oh, Jacob, you're not going to sell out, are you? And then we see Tasha. She gets a call from her man, Basie. And she's just like, oh, baby, where are you? I miss you. Where are you? And he's like, baby, don't you worry about where I am. Okay, he's all extra smooth. You don't need to know nothing like that. Just know, baby, that I'm fine. I was just like, oh, so Tasha really did not know what was going on with Basie Skanks. Okay, all that bad acting was for real. Anyway, he tells her, listen, I know you still up there with the Greenleafs and everything running the church. Keep your eye on them, though. Okay, because them people still tried to ruin my family, and we gonna get them back. Okay, so whatever you gotta do, we gonna take them down. And all of a sudden, it must push a button in Tasha. She's just like, that's right, okay, take them down mode. Okay, so now she ain't sweet, kind, cute Tasha. Now she is vindictive, get some revenge Tasha. Tasha say she gonna make them pay. Now the next day at Calvary, they trying to get this Maricel's husband documented. So the bishop has had Rochelle bring somebody in that she knows that can, I guess, expedite the process. And May and Grace, they all sitting in on this meeting. Rochelle and the bishop is almost giving each other googly eyes over the damn desk. And Grace catches on to everything, and she's just like, oh, so this is what the problem is with my mama and my daddy. Now Bishop, because he said that he is going to, they're going to fix everything and Charity can go off on her tour, he goes over to Carlton's house. And this was real random to me, but anyway, he goes over to Carlton's house and he wants Carlton to come back and help him with the music department while Charity is gone. Carlton says he can't do that because, him and his boyfriend are not welcome. Okay, but Bishop is willing to turn a blind eye to them and let them come back. He says, you know what? We can change the church together. Y'all come on back, bring the gays back in there, and we'll do it together. And Carlton seems to be okay with it, so they shake on it. Now they in the church, and after Tasha has a duet with Joshua Nelson, Jacob gets up in the pulpit and he lets everybody know that Skip is gonna be running for mayor, and Skip is one of their members, and Skip is giving $75,000, so that they can get this outreach ministry program started. And praise the Lord made a way just like I said he would to the treasurer. That's what he's thinking to himself, and the treasurer is looking all concerned and upset. I'm not sure if she's upset because she feels like she runs the money there, or if it really is some problems that Jacob is digging himself into with his stupid ass. He probably digging himself deeper and deeper into some problems. I tell you, Jacob, Carissa, and Zora, they about the dumbest people on this show. They all get on my fucking nerves. So now the Operation Ruin Greenleaf is in full effect. So she goes into Jacob's office and she was just like, hey, I got all my stuff out of the office. Carissa can move in. And he was like, I told you didn't have to do that. And she was just like, no, she needs to be right next to you. I can move on down the hall. It's fine. But I just wanted to let you know that whatever you need, anything you need, and I do mean anything, I will be here to help you. You just let me know with this lingering ass glance, and I'm sure old thick neck didn't miss it. He was just like, well, thank you, you know, and then he walks her out the office, and of course she takes a look around the office like, I'm fixing to ruin all of this for y'all. And she take it on out the office. May and Bishop, they finally got to have this talk. Bishop can't hold it in no more. He says, you know what, May, I know that you had an affair with Lionel. I can tell with all them damn shenanigans you had with him when he was here the other day. And May says, well, even with everything that went on, he wanted me to leave you, but I didn't leave you. I didn't leave my family. I was like, May, girl, that don't soften the blow. That ain't no damn reason. You needed to just not say nothing. He was just like, listen, I know, you know, shit happens, but I had that man in my house. He been around my kids. He been in my church. He been in my pulpit. And you was laying it low and spreading it wide for him? I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive you. I don't know if I love you, and I don't know if I ever will again. Now, May tried to blame it on him and say the reason why she was fucking around with Lionel is because he was messing with her sister. And he was like, that was just a one-time thing. Men are always able to kind of, you know, quantify things smaller when it might be even bigger. But he say it's just a one-time thing, and, you know, he can't be dealing with this. And May was just like, listen, I have been with you. I have fought with you. I've been around for a lot of things. We've been through a lot of things. If you gonna let this ruin our marriage and what we have, then there's something really wrong here, baby. Bishop can't hear it. He ain't got time for it. He just walks off. All right, you guys, that's it. Let me get off of here, run into the orthodontist, and then get on back to work and fix all these problems in my damn mouth. You guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.